everyone. Welcome to Call Me Crazy. I'm Erin Massopietro, along with my host, Michael Benatar. And on this show, we interview inspiring entrepreneurs who are making a difference in the world, like today's guest, Tam. And she is an amazing woman entrepreneur who is the founder of the Happy Floof. She's also in the pet space and has a full-time job. So she's making it happen on all levels. Welcome to Call Me Crazy.
Thank you so much, Michael and Erin. So happy to be here.
Yeah, we're excited. And I always like to start off because when we have somebody on that does a full-time job and then does a side job and you're making all the products, I'm always curious, what got you to that point where like, I'm going to do this? Like, when did you start carving out time to actually start making your own products?
Okay, so first, there's not a lot of sleep going on this end. Just want to say that it's been kind of hard finding like the balance. But I wanted to. So when I started everything, I didn't want to like push everything to like other people. Like I kind of didn't want to like outsource it because like financially it's kind of expensive. And then I was just like, if I could do it, it's just like better because it's like homemade. Homemade. Handmade. I'm like more proud because like it actually like I was the one that did it. If there's any issues, like I don't like want to like circle back to someone and like say, hey, like there was an issue with this, like it would just lie on me. So like I don't know, I just feel like I just wanted to like make everything myself, which is honestly getting a little bit overwhelming, but I kind of love it in a sense.
I can only imagine. Let's back up and tell everyone what your side hustle is, what the Happy Floof is, and what you make. Just a little bit about the business itself, and then we can talk about like how you started it.
Okay, so the Happy Floof, we sell pet accessories, so stuff like dog bandanas. I'm actually starting to like branch out and do more other stuff. Like I'm looking into doing bow ties, leashes. Eventually, I would like to do toys. And then we also make apparel for the dog parents. So dog moms, dog dads, or, honestly, anyone that just loves dogs, basically.
Yeah. So you can match with your dog.
Yeah. And so what was kind of the inspiration to start the Happy Floof? Like where's the name come from? It's like a very fun name. Like where did that all kind of come from?
So like, it was actually like really random. Like I just like everyone has like this cool backstory of like their brand, but mine just came very random. So I have a dog. Her name is Daisy. She's a golden retriever. So before we got her, I was like prepping like the house, like getting everything ready, but I couldn't find anything that I really wanted. And actually it's funny because I wanted to build like, I wanted to have like this like little, I guess like a dresser for just like her stuff. But I couldn't find one that like really matched like my style, really matched like what I wanted. So I just told my boyfriend, I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to build it. I'm just going to build it myself. Okay. I can't find it. Like no one has it. So then I just built it. And then I kind of liked it. I like crafty stuff. So then like when I couldn't find stuff like for her, like the bandanas and stuff, I'm like, I'm just going to sew it. Just gonna make it myself.
Oh, wow. Okay. So you sewed it together.
Is the dresser one of your current projects, or was that just a special thing you made for yourself? Because
that's just a special thing that I don't think I would ever do it again. It was so much.
Was that hard?
To be honest, yeah. It was a lot, but I mean, it came out pretty nice. I'll send you guys a picture.
Yeah. And what kind of were the resources that you were looking to when you started kind of making, your first product to sell? Like when did it become an idea like I gotta sell this because this is great, like my dog loves it, my friends love it, because that's always the idea, like that spark that kind of gets it going?
Right. Yeah. So I made the pet bandanas, and then I kind of like, a lot of my friends also have dogs, so I was kind of like, like showing them, and like they were like, oh, these are really cute, and my boyfriend was like, you should try to sell these.
That's Daisy.
Dude, yeah, that's Daisy. She's having a little bit of an attitude right now. Sorry. So like my boyfriend
on this pod.
Right. So my boyfriend was like, you should sell these, like you should make a business out of them. And I've always wanted to, have a business. Like that was always like a long-term dream of mine, but I just didn't really know what I wanted to do. And I wanted to make sure whatever I did, I was passionate about. I just don't want to do it for the money, because then there's no fun in that,
Yeah.
So then when I was like making all this stuff and sewing the bandanas, oh, here she is.
Oh, there she is.
Aw.
Say hi.
Hi,
Made an
Daisy.
appearance.
She's like,
What a cute face.
she's, thank you. So when I was making it, I was like, I enjoy doing it, like sewing, like making all this stuff. It's kind of like my zen. It's kind of like,
That's great. Yeah.
like it's like my peace, like like I enjoy it. And I actually used to be like, I used to do event planning on the side, and I just didn't like it. Like I didn't enjoy it. So this is something that I actually enjoy.
And go ahead.
What was your did you like make a bunch of bandanas and then figure out where to sell it, or did you like make one and then post it somewhere? Like what was your first channel and how do you go about like the whole product side?
Who was your first sale?
Honestly, my friends.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
Sorry. She
And so
wants
you
to
were
weigh in on her opinion.
She's like, I was your first customer. I'm Daisy.
Just
So
like-
your friends supported you, and then when did you decide to kind of try to reach new customers, and where'd you do that?
So I have a friend who she has like an Instagram for her dog, and she has like, she's very active on it. She makes a lot of content, and she kind of told me, she was just kind of like, a lot of this stuff that you have, like I've never really seen another small shop have. So she's like, honestly, like you should try to like make something out of it. And I'm like, okay. And then I guess that's when I decided, okay, I'm going to take the leap. I'm going to do it. Like I honestly was very hesitant.
Mhm.
I'm like a type of person where like I overthink everything, and like I overanalyze, and I get so nervous, and I'm like, oh, but what if like no one likes my stuff? Like nobody buys anything. I'm just gonna like cry all day and stuff, like, like I'm like that type of person. So my boyfriend was like, no, just take the leap and just do it. You never know. And that's when I did. And honestly, it's been great. Like I've had a lot of good feedback, and everyone's been so supportive. Like I said, like the dog community is like so crazy. Like the overwhelming support is just insane.
And have you gotten out into the dog? I mean, I know everybody's been kind of on lockdown or whatever for a year, but have you gotten out or tried to participate in any community events out there and kind of mingle with people online? Because I know that's a big part of, what we're doing at Dope Dog, but I think it is, you see the power in it when you're actually in it. Sometimes you're on the outside
Right.
looking in and you never realize like, oh, wow, like that's what you want to be a part of, because it is fun and people are interacting and they're sharing ideas and sharing, new products that they find. And, I'm on like Facebook groups and people are sharing all these random things. And sometimes you discover something because somebody else was out there kind of curating it for you.
We learned the most from doing those pet events, like just meeting the customers and
Mhm.
anything. And there's a ton. I forgot to ask, where are you located, and have you done any events there, wherever you are?
So I'm actually in New York City. So I've done a few like pop-ups like here and there, just to like, I guess like kind of get exposure and just like meet everybody and stuff like that. So it's been really good. I did them in like the fall and winter, so it was a little bit slow.
Mhm.
I have a few coming up in the spring and summer, which I'm really excited about, because in the spring and summertime, everybody takes their dog out. Everybody, like, yeah. So I'm very excited about those. And I'm actually doing like it's like a dog fashion show.
Oh, fun. Okay.
Yeah, they're having one here in New York. So somebody actually reached out and asked if I would be interested. So I'm going to be part of that.
And what's next for the Happy Floof? Like, are you trying to scale it where you're selling in more places or in more shops? Kind of, what's the vision there?
I think ideally, yeah, I would want to be able to offer my products in like smaller shops, and just work with other small business owners and stuff. And then from then on, I guess if it goes higher than that, then yeah, I'm all for it,
Mhm.
But I
And
do
what-
want to expand like my product line. I don't want to just stick with like apparel and like pet bandanas,
So have you found kind of that MVP, that first product that everybody loves? So, that's the winner to expand on?
Not yet. I think I'm still like experimenting,
Mhm.
because I'm still relatively new. I only launched in November of 2020.
Yeah.
So I'm still kind of like learning the ropes, I guess like testing waters. But I just want to offer like stuff that not everyone else has or not everyone like comes up with, because like I feel like these are like my ideas, like, and
Yeah.
like I design like literally everything. Like I design the packaging, I design like the stuff that goes on the bandana, I design the t-shirts and stuff. So I just want to be different. I think that's like my main thing. I don't want to have the same thing as everybody else. If that
And
if that
what's
makes
your
sense.
day job? Are you a designer full time or?
Oh my God, no, I'm the complete opposite. So have you guys ever watched Ozark?
Of
Yeah, I love that
course,
show.
yeah.
So I basically I work in compliance. So I'm basically
I thought you were going to say you were a drug
trying.
smuggler.
No. I'm trying to catch the money laundering. So that's what I do.
Okay. So you're the person that goes around like, oh, okay, let me see your books. That's fun.
Yeah. My boyfriend calls me a snitch. He's like, you're technically a snitch.
Oh
So,
my
yes.
gosh. So you must have really clean books and be very organized on the back end of your business, if that's, or
Yeah,
maybe not. I don't know.
No, I definitely am very like organized, and yeah. So what I do like in my full-time job is like the complete opposite of
Yeah.
what I do with the small business.
Do you find any challenges when you have to put your like entrepreneur cap on and make decisions for the Happy Floof versus your other job, which is more, by the books and stuff? I know I struggle with that too, coming from corporate and now being an entrepreneur full time. It's just kind of a different change of pace for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely hard to balance. I've definitely been, when I first started, it was extremely hard. Just because like the timing and everything, because it is like, like Erin, you said yourself, like you were in corporate, so it's like 9 to 5.
Mm-hmm.
And then normally I log out and then I just go straight into like the business stuff.
And how are you growing the business today? Are you doing ads? Are you just partnering with people in the community? How are you kind of scaling that now?
So I've partnered with a few people, and then I mainly just rely on ads, and then Instagram. I really want to get into TikTok, but it's so hard. Like it's so much time. Yeah, that too. And like I don't like being on camera. Like I don't like taking pictures. Like I feel like self-conscious sometimes. So I think I'm trying to get over that so I can make like reels and TikToks, because I feel like that's like the new thing now. Like nobody really cares about Instagram posts. They just watch like the videos.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely changing the way people interact with it. And I think, this time last year, TikTok was barely a thing to me. And then I started dancing. We made videos throughout the year. And I think
I've seen a few of with your dog on your like on your porch or like your backyard.
Yeah.
I've seen a few.
You just made Michael's day, man.
So, but I think it's like it changes the way we've interacted with social media, because I feel that Instagram is such a stagnant place. Like there's no growth. It's not, the interaction's not there anymore. It just became this like dull place, kind of like what Facebook was to Instagram. Now Instagram's becoming the Facebook for TikTok. TikTok is so much more, I don't know what it means. It's raw, authentic. But you're also allowed to make comments and do all this. And there doesn't seem to be a lot of judgment. It's just like, all right, I'll scroll the next thing. And that's what I like about it. Instagram's very like, we're manicured, we're doing this. And, we're on Instagram. We try to go do Instagram lives and all this. But lately for me, I just haven't found it to be a place of growth or a place of community, because no one wants it. There's no like hub. Even Facebook, you get more community out of Facebook. But yeah, TikTok's definitely a way we want to go.
And it's not like, I feel like sometimes Instagram is so polished.
Yeah.
Like TikTok, you don't really, you can post raw content and some people will love it.
Yeah.
Like that might make you go viral. And it's like, wow, like,
Yeah. Like that girl that like asked, she's like, so tell me a time that you did, all those questions and people stitch them together.
Show me you're a dog person.
Yeah.
Without telling me you're a dog person.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then like the guy who like, was it he with the ocean spray?
Oh yeah. The guy
right.
on a skateboard.
Yeah.
Cruising down.
I think he has a lifetime of ocean spray now.
Yeah, ocean spray, and he got like a truck. Yeah, he's living life now. But yeah, that's the thing. It's like TikTok made these people because everything went viral, and you haven't seen that on Instagram, which is wild.
Right.
Like, what is happening to Instagram? So it is really hard getting in the social networks and working with influencers. Are you working with any influencers or doggy influencers or?
A few doggy influencers, some that kind of like followed me from like before I launched, and then I kind of like connected with them. I always try to like connect with my like a few of my followers, like engage in them, because I don't want it to seem like, oh, hey, like I want you to follow my business and that's it. Like I kind of like the interaction and like the connections. One of like the dog influencers that I work with, she actually followed me from the get-go, and I'm actually supposed to meet up with her, I think in like the next month. She's from New York too.
Oh, cool.
So I'm pretty excited about that.
You're building your community.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's so good to like talk to other people.
Yeah.
In the community.
Just to like get out.
How much time would you say because you only have a limited amount of time, weekends later in the evening, what percentage time do you spend on the product development and like actually making it versus the marketing side? Like, have you found a balance yet, or are you kind of focused on them equally?
I won't lie. I've definitely been neglecting the marketing side a little bit lately. Because creating content is so much work.
Yeah.
Like I didn't think it was going to be that much work, but it's actually a lot.
It's a ton. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, here you are on a podcast. This counts, right?
Yeah. This is marketing. Yeah. Here you are. You're out in the world.
I know.
So when you go ahead, what were you going to say?
No, I was going to say, like, I think with the whole timing thing, I think it's like most of my time goes to like making the products and making sure that they're good. And then I would say that's like 50% of the time. And I would say like 10% is really like the marketing. And then the other 40% is just like coming up with new ideas, experimenting, testing stuff out. Yeah.
Have you delegated any work to anybody else to kind of help you continue this? Because I feel like after a while it becomes a lot. There's not only accounting, there's the website, there's marketing, there's email, there's production. It starts adding up, and then it's all there, and you're doing it all of a sudden.
Yeah, for sure. Like I mean, sometimes like my boyfriend will help, like if I have like a
free labor.
Pop-up. Yeah, basically free labor. Yeah. If I have like a pop-up, he'll stay with me, and like he'll help me like cut the excess threads off like the bandanas.
Perfect.
Or like stuff like that. So he does stuff like that, or like sometimes if I need him to like help me like run to the post office, he'll do it. But in terms of like being hands-on, it's literally just me. And I've actually been strongly considering like hiring like a content manager or something like that to like at least handle like the website and the social media. But I don't know, it's just been a thought. I don't know if I want to do that yet.
There's a lot of good services. Like if you're just looking for SEO, we know there's a lot of good people that could do that. And even like Upwork or Fiverr, you can hire a lot of good people just to handle like little things here and there, which and then becomes more managing, because then you have to actually manage those people, which I guess you don't actually have to do the work, but you have to manage them. And I started reading, I mean, it's literally right there, like what the book that I'm reading, it's like the MBA. Personal MBA. And it like starts out with like the CEO, the CEO delegates. Like you eventually just stop doing the work and just managing the work, and like the overarching, there's like bullet points of how to manage your time and how to manage the meetings and say no a lot more, so you don't have to do as much because you're already doing so much. And it's just, I mean, we're going on year 4, right? We're going on year 4 with Dope Dog. And for us, like when we were where you were 4 years ago, it like slowly just starts adding up. And then like a year later from now, you'll be so surprised at where you are, because
you've learned so much.
You hired these people and you're delegating this, and now you're only working on making the product. And it's kind of crazy because you don't even know what that looks like until you actually get there. And it's wild. Like we never thought we would be where we are today, because you just slowly kind of learn as you go and make mistakes. Like today on our website, our credit card wasn't processing, and it didn't process for 4 days, but we didn't realize it because we were getting sales through PayPal. So it's just
Yeah.
like this crazy thing we had to solve and put out a fire this morning, and we had no idea. So it's just like these random things that come up. So
But at the beginning stages, I think where your head's at is like loving the product
Yeah.
and like always innovating.
and we still love the
that's
product.
kind of where we were at too. And I think that brings you like far enough, or like until you need to start making those more operational decisions.
Mhm.
But yeah,
It's a lot.
Yeah.
It becomes a lot. So definitely look
Yeah.
for somebody before it gets too overwhelming, and check out Upwork. There's so many great places now that you can hire people for, we have a social media manager. She works an hour a day. She posts for us. She makes some content. We work with her directly, helping her with content. So we don't actually have to do the posting, but we have the app on our phone and we're always checking and responding to people, but we're not actually doing the posting or the content. So it's kind of nice, but it's also you start feeling less connected, but you can be as connected as you want as long as you make that attempt and be in it. And I think, we're in it. We're like, we have a whole, I don't know, we have a Notion board. We have all this stuff of everybody, what they're doing. So the communication becomes really key. And we've been talking that a lot.
Yeah. And just having a team to lean on too is everything. So hire your boyfriend.
Yeah.
Hire your friend.
No, don't hire them. Just keep them for free.
continue
Yeah.
the
Just
free
keep
labor.
it for free.
Yeah.
Just keep it for
He's
free.
free labor.
No,
yeah.
he's actually been very helpful because he's an entrepreneur himself.
Oh, cool.
So like he kind of gives me like tips and stuff. We're in completely different industries, but he kind of like when I overanalyze or when I freak out, he kind of just hones me. Like he grabs me down. He's like, yo, just chill out. And then he's like, just be patient.
Good. Yeah,
he's like, it'll get
that's unique.
better. Yeah.
That's
and
awesome.
then, he's always like, because I've been like very on edge about hiring someone, like I said, like the content manager, and he's like, just do it. Time is money. And he's like, would you rather waste your time doing that? Or would you just hire somebody at like a reasonable price and they know what they're doing and they'll probably do it so much better than you. And you get like a little breather because then you don't have to worry about it and you could divert that time to something else.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
I'm just like, yeah, you're right.
Sometimes you have to just let go.
Well, there are people that can do it better. Like the girl that we hired for our social media, she's great.
Amazing.
She does a great job, and she knows more than we know and knows, when the posts or ideas about it. And it is a totally different thing because, we're not good at accounting. So the first thing we did was hire an accountant. Like we have somebody doing it all, checking on it because we don't want it. I didn't want to do that at least.
I mean, yeah, nobody does.
No.
Taxes aren't fun.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
So you seem to have such like a focused level approach to like work and even your business now. So we want to hear your Call Me Crazy story if you have one, because that's what we're all about on the podcast, like taking risks and making bold moves. So what was the time in your life or career where you did that and maybe were called crazy?
I mean, I would say I'm crazy right now for doing the whole, like I'm doing the whole, like the Happy Floof. I'm working full time and then I got to take care of Daisy. I also take care of like my mother. So I feel like I'm in that crazy right now.
That might be true.
I don't know. I feel like I won't hit like the peak crazy until I can actually, I would say, quit my job.
Oh,
Yeah,
and
that'll
pursue
be-
the Happy Floof full time.
Yeah, we'll have you back on when you quit
I feel
your
like I
job
would
to
just-
finish the Call Me Crazy story when you actually quit. That'd be great.
Oh my God, I know. Like Aaron, did it not feel awesome when you left your corporate job
Well,
to do this?
get this. I left one, started Dope Dog, and then I started another one.
Well, not another company, but another corporate job.
Another corporate job.
Oh,
okay. I was like, oh, it's a good opportunity. So I continued to do both. And then when I finally did quit, then it felt really, really good. But
you were just less stressed. I think Aaron was doing a lot of like, you were always trying to catch up at night and do some stuff. And it was only a small period, but I think when we went to what was the one in Orlando? What was that show?
Global Pet Expo.
Global Pet Expo. Was that the first time that you were like fully on board, or was it
Probably because I probably couldn't get